Alright, so the big race this weekend, as far as Derby preps go especially, is the Sham. Running at Santa Anita, grade 3, going a mile and an eighth. It's a pretty interesting race. Only one horse in the field has ever run in a graded stake, that being the program, Bob Baffert's horse, that will probably end up being one of the 2 or 3 top choices in here. Real quick breakdown of the field. You have 10 horses entered right now. It looks like you can break it down into a few contenders, and a few different sections. The contenders in this race kind of seem to be the program, Kettle River, Setsuko, Nextdoorneighbor, and maybe Alfie's Bet as an outsider that I kind of like. The other horses in here, Outlaw Man, looks to me like a turf horse. Kenny McPeek's put the horse in turf races all 4 of his first starts. I respect Kenny McPeek as a horseman. If he thinks he's a turf horse through all 4 of his starts, I think he's just taking a shot here. So I don't like Outlaw Man. El Mirage King, all turf on the dam side. He's a nice horse. He looked really good winning down the hill, going 6.5 on the turf at Santa Anita last time. But I just don't see El Mirage King in this spot. Straight to Midnight, Wolf Tail, Viva Macho, all just look outclassed here. Viva Macho's a maiden. Straight to Midnight's wins came in maiden claiming and starter allowance company. And Wolf Tail's been struggling against state breds. So that leaves you with the main 5. The program's going to take money. He's consistent. Him and Kettle River faced each other on January 6th in an allowance race at Santa Anita. Kettle River won that race. The program was 3rd. It got a big buyer. You know, I don't overwhelmingly trust the race. I don't love it. I'm going to take a stand against those 2 horses just because I think they'll be 2 of the 3 favorites. The other horse that I think will probably be one of the 3 choices is Nextdoorneighbor. This is the horse I think this is definitely the one to beat. Last time around 2 turns for the first time, won by 4 lengths against maidens. I know it was just a maiden race, but there's not a lot of accomplished runners in here. So, I mean, I think Kettle River is the only horse, or one of the very few horses in this race that isn't eligible for, one other than company. Him in the program, even Straight to Midnight with 2 wins is eligible for a one other than. So, you don't have a great deal of accomplished runners in here. Nextdoorneighbor has a great dam. Fenceline Neighbor was a very nice stakes filly. Lido Palace, won first time around 2 turns. Nextdoorneighbor looks like he could establish himself as a real Derby contender in this field. The other one I kind of like in here is, at a price, Alfie's Bet. Alfie's Bet came out against State Breds his first 2 starts in maiden company and got beat badly in sprints. Came out of that into the Cow Breeders' Championship. All of a sudden at 14-1 runs a big 2nd place behind Cara Cortado, who's definitely come back to look like a really nice horse winning the Robert B. Lewis. The horse, Alfie's Bet, came out of that, goes on to the turf, wins, breaks his maiden. It's a good effort. I think he's got a shot at a price. I like Nextdoorneighbor in here. I think Alfie's Bet can show up at a price, and I'm going to take a stand against the program in Kettle River. Setsuko is going to be kind of a short price. He definitely deserves some use underneath in exotics. But I think it's pretty strong at Nextdoorneighbor on top, and Alfie's Bet should be up there with him.